3, 2, 1.
Boom! Look at that, guys. Perfect bends.
No, yours is way too bendy.
Mine doesn't really fit on my head.
My head's rounder than your guys. I have more of a thin head. You guys have big heads.
We need to do more of an intro.
There's anyone that's got a round head. It's myself and CGD are the round head kings.
Wait, what's wrong with our intro?
Drop a boom. Did you?
I did boom. I boomed. Didn't I boom? Boom!
Yeah.
Welcome, everybody, to episode 138 of Entering Milford. Hard to believe.
Insane, by the way.
I'm your host, Peter DeLuca. Welcome to the show. Mike, welcome back after a little bit of a vacation. How were you? How was the Cape?
Cape was great. Family was together. Kids getting older. Really lovely time. Highlight of the trip, June closed, couple Eddies, as always. Staple of the holiday season.
At Thanksgiving? Couple Eddies go right in? All right.
We go every holiday. We have a couple Eddies every holiday. She'll be back for my birthday in a couple weeks, and I believe she's bringing a couple Eddies.
Interesting. And then for our other host here, Steve, I was going to talk. I saw a very heartwarming Facebook video of you today, but honestly, I couldn't get past the overall message of the video because I was looking at that goddamn fox and how goddamn attractive you were in that thing. How are you doing? Your time off has made you look exceptionally well.
Thanks, Pete. It's good to be back. Kind of missed you guys for, what was it, 2 weeks?
Steve, you looked great.
You looked so good. I was distracted.
Sometimes I feel like you think I make sarcastic comments about things.
It's because you do.
I do. So I don't know how I can reframe. I was genuinely impressed with the fade of the gray is just flowing so beautifully in your hair. You looked wonderful.
Thanks. I appreciate that. It's kind of interesting right now. I got a lot of gray going here, but it's almost like I got some handlebar action going here.
I see that. It's like a new level of badass for Steve. Do you guys get your beard shaved? Professionally shaved? No.
You do?
No.
I go all or nothing, as it's very obvious. I just give it all and it's gone.
I will let you guys in. I'm letting this grow for a while now. I'm not trimming it at all.
Santa?
Yeah, pretty much.
Trying to double down this thing.
I'm so cheap now that I even shave my own head. I don't do all my maintenance is myself. I don't do anything.
Did you buy the clippers?
Yeah, do you have one of those things that I get ads for constantly where you're holding it and rubbing it all around your head?
Nope. I just know how to do it. I go in my backyard. I go afterwards. Done. That way I look at them. How bad can I mess it up? I have a pretty good job. My wife really likes me. I'm like, what's the worst case? I miss a spot. I'm like, oh, well.
Sheila might really like you.
Pretty ugly guy in general. Yeah. Well,
I'm okay with it, guys.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I would love that. It would save me so much money. Honestly, the haircuts I get, they can't get much worse than this. So.
Hey, Mike, I got a question for you.
Oh, always.
I was asking Pete off this. We were talking about this off the air, actually.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched Stranger Things?
I watched season 1 of Stranger Things and I stopped. So no, is my short answer.
Is there a reason you stopped, or you just ran out of time?
It's not my type of show, and so I liked season 1, and then when season 2 came back, I was like, it seems like an investment.
For the record, his type of show is Dancing with the Stars.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Last night, Dancing with the Stars Christmas special. We watched it twice.
Who's gonna win?
It's the off season. It was just the professionals.
You watched the professionals? You just watched Dancing with the Professionals?
Speaking of, so just Google Alan if you want to follow this statement. Alan, Dancing with the Stars, Alan Bernstein, I think his name is something like that. We were watching it at my parents' house because we went to go see Wicked 2. And before we saw Wicked 2, we watched Wicked 1, and there was a Wicked night on Dancing with the Stars. And so we put it on.
Do you do anything that you like or no? It's just like...
Not really.
I heard that entire list, and I just thought, good Lord.
I do like Wicked. But wait. So we had Dancing with the Stars on, and there's a professional dancer named Alan who comes on the screen, and my brother has a 3-year-old daughter, and she goes, "Hey, Uncle Michael, it's you." Go Google the guy. I was like, "Hey, thanks, buddy."
Outstanding. This is just a reminder. This segment's brought to you by Cordell and Cordell. Dads have rights too. If you want to go out there and make your own weekend plans, feel free. That number again, or that website again, Cordell. All right. You want to get into the weekend? I had a great Thanksgiving, by the way. Thanks for asking.
Oh, yeah, right. How was your Thanksgiving, Pete? How was
Yeah.
that again?
It was completely fine. Took the kids, had a nice weekend.
What was the menu at Kate's?
My future next ex-wife. What was the menu?
What?
It was turkey.
Wait,
it was
what?
Is there a reason you just said that?
No, not at all. No.
What was that, dude?
Wow. What a segue. What you want to talk about an alley-oop? That was a tremendous
proposing
segue.
to somebody on Thanksgiving would probably not be. It's not really my style. But yeah, it was great. It was fun. Went to Connecticut, saw Zootopia 2.
I heard excellent things about Zootopia 2.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Unfortunately, had to sit in the front row, so had it like that the entire time. Got a creak in the neck. Creak. Whatever.
What's your snack of choice at the movies these days?
Well, I don't go under there. It takes a certain mindset to go to movies with kids, so I get that mindset first. If you can read between the lines there, and then basically anything tastes good. Yeah, it's yeah. You could go with. I like to do. You know, what's a real sleeper at the movie theaters? I'll tell you right now. Popcorn, and then get some M&Ms. Throw them in the popcorn. Shake it up. You got yourself.
It's like your own trail mix minus the raisins.
Yeah, pretty good. Good movie.
Special. Yeah, only the unhealthy stuff. That's what I'm there for.
Great move.
Yeah. Why? Why? What do you go with? You probably go something stupid like snow caps.
Nah. I usually go Milk Duds. The movie theater we went to in the Cape, though, had full-size sweet tart chews. Like, not like a little bag. It was a full-size thing of sweet tart. It was incredible.
That sounds disgusting.
And they had the seats that recline all the way back.
That is nice.
I brought my coat. I fell asleep twice in the movies. Oh, it was so warm and comfortable.
Okay, I fell asleep. I have a pretty solid streak going of falling asleep in the movie theater. It's like you get to a certain age, it's just the lights are low.
My legs are up. No one's next to me. Twice. My daughter's like, "Hey, could you wake up?" I was like, "Oh, sorry."
I definitely snore. It's really bad. All right, so let's get into the weekend review. And we're going to go through this a little differently on this podcast because if I have to recap 2 weeks, it's going to be absolutely awful. So the weekend review, I only want to bring up the boom of the week, really tell you the truth. The boom of the week was pretty impressive. It was Dan Larkin both weeks. Good for him. So he has won like 3 out of the last 5. He's pretty impressive there. And he did score 216. Yeah, what?
I'm laughing at Steve.
Mr. 99%. I told you guys.
That is ridiculous. With 9 booms, Dan moves into a tie for third with me. For the beast of the week, not really anything worth reporting except that Jahmyr Gibbs is now the top spot holder. He had 64 points. Oh man, I almost threw up a little bit on that one. On week 12. Yeah, thank you. And that's really it. The going deep was just Jahmyr Gibbs and CeeDee Lamb. No one cares. Do you guys care? No one cares.
No, I don't really care.
You want to do the scoring summary?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Well, the 2 weeks before were 137 and 129. And then can you guess what the last 2 weeks were?
Well, it goes a little bit lower.
I mean, one team did score 42 points. So I'll put that one out there.
Oh, yeah. Case had an awful week. So this week
was 127 last week.
And the week before?
132.
I'll take the over 132, the under 127.
Answers were 124 and 122. So you guys were a little high up there, but yeah.
I feel bad.
Yeah.
Real bad.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Dan scored 216 not the same week that Casey scored 42. Anyway, there were a lot of crazy scores out there, but yeah, 124 and then 122. Those are pretty much those are 2 of the lowest weeks that we've had this entire season. So yeah,
listen, I want to defend Case. He didn't score 42; he scored 46.
Oh, good call, Steve.
I want to make sure he gets his due. Those 4 points are precious this time of year.
Dyslexia strikes again. All right. Well, that's your weekend review, right? Yeah, we have nothing else. We don't really talk about anything else there. The weekend review.
Dan's team is loaded, guys.
All right, you want to do? Go ahead.
His team is loaded.
I wish you listened to me. The fact that you guys wouldn't listen to me when I said 99% chance that he was going to make the playoffs is crazy.
All right, so we're going to do.
Hold on, before we jump in, there's a good segment.
Okay.
It was obviously, in hindsight, a horrible take. What's the worst take you think you had on this podcast?
I mean, your dyslexia made you think that I said that Dan wasn't going to make the playoffs.
It was a bad take, Steve. I'm trying to think what like the worst takes are.
How about Case said that he would like his roster?
That's a pretty bad one.
That's a pretty bad. There's got to be something to think about it. Let's think about it. Innis will probably call us, and I'm sure we've said something. I was out on Innis. He's won 3 straight games since I said his team was overrated, so that one's not looking good on my side.
I think Innis has a great roster. I've said this earlier. He's got 2 monster players, which essentially puts him in any game, any day of the week.
Do you think your worst take was that you're the best manager in the league, Pete?
No, because I still believe it. It's been proven multiple times. No, I think probably the calling out Lloyd and saying, you don't do anything, you don't win. What's going on here? We had him on the podcast where we basically embarrassed him. That was probably one of my lowest takes, I think, where I was like, what are you doing here? And he's won 8 in a row since. So
I would say, though, it's pretty safe to say Dan is a very good drafter, but he's not very good with his fab dollars. That's been kind of proven during the year.
We think our episodes average, 40 minutes? We're doing an hour right now. We used to be 30 or so, 45 minutes. How long would it take us to run through 1.5 speed, 45 minute, 100? I'm going to go listen to 138 episodes and really rehash. I'll get some good takes next week.
I can't even really.
You're going to need more than a week. This might take you to Christmas.
Wow.
I'm in my car a lot.
You ever go back and just let's listen to a random episode?
Yeah, it's fun.
All the time.
All the time. What do you usually go to for, like, what's your path for selecting an episode?
I literally will go into Spotify, flip up, and then whatever I land on.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive. Where do you usually land? Like, you remember the last one you pulled out? What was it, like 63?
It was season 3. It was season 3. Actually, I don't think I was even on it.
Really?
I think it was.
If I'm not on, I don't listen to it.
I'll go out of my way to find the episode where I played the orchestra music when Steve was taking too long on the answer. That is the funniest. I'll just sit in my car and giggle the entire time. I love that episode.
Wait, should we acknowledge that Case is in here, or we're just cool? Case
How about the fact that Casey's he's commenting right now?
Oh, is he cool with it? Oh, best season classic. Okay, I'm cool with it.
I'm ready to get. This is a good little segment you put together, Pete, because I did not want to recap 20 games.
No, I don't want to recap 20 games either. So I think that we should take a look at every individual team. I wrote you guys an email. Let me see if I can pull that up.
I read it. I'm not sure.
Oh, guys, I forgot to do the thing of like who's going to make the playoffs.
We can do that next week.
But remember the thing I found? Fantasy Football Hub. Remember?
I thought you did that through.
I thought that was a different hub.
No, I think you made the same joke last year.
Fantasy Football P Hub.
So consistent. I was also like last place last year. This is working out.
Mike's going through like the incognito mode in order to get these things.
No, I'm on my wife's computer, so
It's even better. It's permanent.
Oh, it's already bookmarked.
Yeah.
Hey.
I'm not even close to being incognito. All right, can I move along? Can I go along with this podcast, Mike? Are you going to continue to Google smut on
No, I'm good. Playoff machine. Here we go.
Smut Sheila. All right.
I can. So I'm gonna, as you guys make the picks, I'm gonna actively.
There's no picks.
You said right here. I'm supposed to do. Oh,
guy just doesn't pay attention.
Oh, I thought I was supposed to comment on what I think Andy's gonna do in his last 2 games. I'm ready to do that.
You can do it if you want. It's basically what it is I want to do like a mid-season preview or like a.
That was a funny comment.
No, it's not. It's
That's a good one. I like that.
That was a funny comment.
It's okay.
Come on, Pete, that was a funny comment. That's a funny comment.
I want to go to status, like almost like a state of the nation for each manager. Go over some of the highlights that they each had. Nothing too in depth, but you tell me where you think they are on like the going forward. Where do you think they had for a season? Anyway, watch this. I guarantee you the questions will come up. Let's start at the bottom. All right. Let's start at the bottom with Andy DeVita, longtime listener, never one-time featured on the podcast. He dropped the C-bomb. But other than that, Andy DeVita, he is currently in 10th place. When you look at his entire season, he drafted that Emir Ibuka guy, which ended up working out well for him. Yeah, I said it wrong, Steve. Ibuka. And RJ Harvey, the key ended up crushing it in the draft. Mike, your eyes are going back and forth so much. You look like one of those cat things.
They are. Sorry. I was checking to see if I have a chance of not making the playoffs. Sorry. I was doing the thing where I was clicking. So sorry.
Okay, well, we were talking about how Andy made good draft picks, but then he also traded for Scatterbo, which is like clearly kicking the can down the road. And I don't really think Scatterbo is going to be back at 100% next year. For Andy, he didn't make a move all season. He didn't have a single transaction, which is honestly hard to believe. And he won only 3 games, which one of them was against Lloyd, who everyone considers the best team in the entire league, which is ridiculous. And the other 2 against Casey, which I think is hilarious. Beat Casey twice, so for the season. He owns his first and CJ's first next year. He's gonna finish with Lloyd and Mike. Steve, you look more ready to go than Mike does. Where does Andy finish? He's going against Lloyd and Mike. Where does Andy finish, and how do you feel about his whole situation going forward in the offseason?
So Andy's going to finish in 10th, which is going to give him the largest percentage in order to get that number 1 pick. The crazy part about Andy is he had a bunch of injuries this year that kind of derailed his season. He's got a really, really nice young roster, kind of the way, maybe not as talented right now that Lloyd does, right? Because those guys have kind of blossomed. But he's got some really nice pieces. And if he gets another high draft pick and finds a way to get, another stud back or stud receiver, Andy's dangerous. And I think the reason that he didn't make any picks or make any moves, maybe I'm being a little too optimistic here for him, is it because I'm not sure outside of, maybe dropping Goff or someone like that during the season or Chubb, he's got a lot of young pieces here that he didn't really need to make any moves with. He doesn't want to drop these young guys. He doesn't want to get rid of any of these young players. He wants to kind of keep them and see where it is. Andy wasn't going to make the playoffs. He wasn't going to win it. Sit on all these young guys. I think he's got a really nice roster setting up for a couple of years if he can find a way to maybe make a trade or 2.
Would you take his roster right now, or would you take the next team we're going to talk about, Brian Casey?
I would take Andy's roster.
Would you take that's hands down Andy? How about Andy or Breen off the top of your head? Just initial thoughts.
Breen has one of my favorite rosters in the league. I would take Breen. Breen's one of the top 3 teams of rosters I would take. I like Andy's roster. My only concern with Andy's roster is after Ibuka, is there anybody on that roster I could see that person being the best player on a title team? That's my only worry. He's going to need some star power to rise, but in terms of his ability to turn over a team, hey, maybe Hampton's better than he's been, and he had one unlucky year. I think Andy has done a good job. We have to remember he came off of a title 2 years ago. So he went title, competed last year, team got hurt, and he sold. So now the usual time is it takes 3 years. 2 stinky years, 1 year on the rise to turn the roster over. I think next year's the year Andy can see a rebound. I think he'll be contending for a roster spot if he hits on a couple of those picks.
Mike, does the fact that he has 2 first-round picks make you feel even more confident in that take?
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that. All right, yeah. He's going against Lloyd and then you to finish the season. How does he finish here?
Definitely. I think he's going to take one of us.
No, get out of here.
I do. I think his team's pretty good. I think you could take Lloyd. I think you could take me. I'm only saying that because his team's better than Case's. I think Case's team finishes last.
All right, well, that's a good transition to the next loser. I think Andy, we always do that exercise we talk about what team you would take. I think I would take Andy's team over mine in a heartbeat. And I know that I know that that's kind of a joke because I'm not a great team, but I like my team, and Andy's, you look at it, it's got a lot of young pieces. All right, next loser, Brian Casey. He's in the 9th seed right now. I want to get your mid-season review and look forward. A quick look at his season so far. He moved up in the draft to take Travion Henderson. He actually pulled off that trade. Casey commenting, definitely finishing last. Well, we'll see. I mean, you still got a lottery to deal with, so it doesn't even matter.
I thought he was working.
I know. He's
managing a basketball game.
So I can't make it, but I can comment. He's got the dad headphones on there. Probably he's got the rolled up capris or something stupid. I bet he's got a wristband or 2.
Pair of khakis and a button-up shirt.
Yeah. Well, he wagered a lot to move up in the draft to take that Henderson guy, and then he ended up trading away Henderson in less than a month. That shows how impatient he is. Call me impatient. Jesus. He traded Henderson and Mike Evans for Tyreek Hill and Garrett Wilson. He traded throughout the season Rico Dowdle. Traded Devontae Adams, who he said he would get a jersey for. It was his jersey boyfriend. He's the lowest scoring team in the league. And he's 4-9, and he doesn't have a pick next year until the 3rd round. All right, that's a lot. He finishes with Jeff and Breen. Let's start there. How's he finish the season?
0-2.
Okay, 0-2. If he loses, you think he falls? Do you think he has a chance to fall beneath DeVita? Or
Yes.
No?
Yes,
okay.
I do.
So he is now the odds-on favorite to get the first overall pick. Which
I think you have to say DeVita is the odds-on favorite just because he has the two best teams in the league, but his team is better than Case's.
All right. For the record, I just want to make sure I got this. 2026. If Casey falls, that pick is owned by Kevin Breen. So that's not even going to be fun.
Unbelievable.
How does Kevin Breen always get this? Ugh.
Because Case traded for Travion Henderson with his first round pick and then traded Travion Henderson for. I think in hindsight, this is going to be one of the in Case's team history, one of the worst seasons his team's had. Because I don't really know what he has to look forward to next year. I guess he's saying, I hope Justin Jefferson gets traded.
Yeah, I guess so. Would you consider trading Justin Jefferson at this point or no?
I would have considered trading Justin Jefferson at the beginning of the season if I was him.
His window has closed. I mean, the kid won the championship in 2 years ago.
2 years ago. Yep, 2 years ago.
I mean, this is a incredible fall from grace. Don't really know what to go in the comments.
What, Pete, you're a good trade value guy. What could he get for Jefferson right now?
I'd have to look at his roster closely. I would try to honestly, you know me, I like to pull off those things where like poo-poo platters where I get a ton of pieces and I can just work with it later. I don't know. If we're thinking picks, maybe 2 firsts, right?
I offered him 3 firsts and he said no 4 weeks
Wow.
ago.
If you could do a first this year and a first next year, I would do it. Wow.
Yeah.
3 firsts.
Yeah, I had my first this year and 2 firsts next year. He said no.
What? Well, he's an idiot. That's why he's at
But he's not a big pick guy. He doesn't value picks that much. He'd rather trade for players.
Steve, what's your take on Case's year this year? You didn't even put Lamar in there. He traded for Lamar. The guy hasn't even played.
Yeah, that's also.
I mean, that's part of it for Case, right? Like it's hard to judge Case's team because when Lamar Jackson has the year that he had last year, when he's on, I mean, obviously that hamstring injury killed his season, completely derailed it. If Lamar Jackson is healthy and playing every week, he's 25 to 35 points every week. That's a game changer in your roster if you can guarantee that. So when Jackson's out, that kills Zay Flowers, right? Zay Flowers really didn't do much of anything this year, even though Zay Flowers is not big in his roster. I agree with you guys. The problem I have with Case is he makes these trades. Like Keon Coleman, he trades for 2 seconds, right? He trades away 2 seconds to get Keon Coleman. Guy sits on his bench. He's not doing anything.
Yeah.
I'm just utterly confused as to kind of the direction. Like if I'm him, I would have gone around and like, why is Michael Wilson still on this team?
Do you think that he was?
Why do you not trade high and like someone who's in a playoff pinch who needs a win in one of those weeks coming up before? It's like, hey, I'll give you a pick for it. Who cares if it's a 3rd round pick? You're not going to keep him.
I think he did try. Like that's the problem is like he doesn't have a 1st or 2nd round pick.
Way.
But the elephant in the room that obviously is like the Herbert Lamar Jackson situation, which I grade an F. This could not have been handled any worse. It's I don't know. It's holding him back, and I don't even know where to go with it. Anyway,
he hasn't commented in 4 minutes. He's so mad right now.
I know. Well, I did tell him to shut up.
I mean, I do think he kind of got put between a rock and a hard place with the Jackson thing. Because like I said, if Jackson's back,
what's the Jackson thing?
If Jackson is healthy and on his roster, it makes a difference for him.
That's what owning Lamar Jackson is.
I know that's why I traded him.
He did plan for that. It still bit him in the ass. Oh, he's driving. Drive safe, Case.
He's just got too many volatile pieces there, like Judy, Johnston, Wilson, Brian Thomas. Now, even though I know Mike loves Brian Thomas, like John Mechie's in his lineup.
I will. The one thing I'm going to say to Case about it, he made a ton of great waiver wire moves this year. Dowdell was a pickup. Michael Wilson was a pickup. Quentin Johnson was sketchy. He was a pickup. Like he's had a bunch of guys that he's moved off the free agent wire. It hasn't helped him. It hasn't helped him because his team sucks. But he's been good on the.
Wasn't Quentin Johnston a keeper for him?
Week 1. Remember, he like picked him up between the game when he shouldn't have been able to pick him up.
Oh, that's right.
And I think there was karma for that. I think that affected him for this entire year.
Good take.
Let that be a lesson to the rest of you next year. Thursday night kickoff. Somebody blows up. Don't go taking them thinking that you're going to cruise. You might have a 10th place finish. No transition here. Speaking of a guy with a 10th, because now we get into the teams that are actually contending. Steve DeVito, you're still in it as far as I'm concerned. All right, shake your head not. Let's look at Steve's year. Your first pick was Dylan Sampson, and it came in the 4th round. Steve, really not a guy that values the draft, so let's start with that on the analysis. So don't really look that deep into that. Steve, my favorite kind of manager. He's made the 3rd most moves in the league. At one point, Steve was riding on a 4-1 winning streak. And as we recap some of the trades that went down, Steve was a part of the infamous Pickens trade to start the year, where he traded Pickens for a DK Metcalf and Isaiah Pacheco. Holy shit, Steve. Then he traded Metcalf for Chuba Hubbard. So if you're counting at home, that's Pickens for Pacheco and Hubbard. So that's a pretty rough one there. All right, Steve, you're finishing the season with Breen and then me. What do you think? How are you going to finish the season?
1-1.
1-1. What does that put you overall for a record?
7-8.
That you think that's wow? You think that's
just drive, man.
No, just drive, Casey. He's exclamation points. That's not enough to get you in.
No chance.
And
even if I go 2-0, my points are not going to get me in.
Yeah, I just did that. I did the clicking through the FF hub.
Oh, there we go.
And it's a 5-team race. I don't think Steve has a chance to get in. Steve, the points is the thing that's going to. I think there's a galleon. You don't have enough points, dude. You don't have enough points.
What if I win out?
It doesn't matter. You don't have enough points.
I think if I win out, I'm playing some opportunistic people. Anyway, go ahead. I don't want to hear it. We can talk about me later. We still got that road bump Breen to go over. What else?
No, I don't have enough. I don't have enough, especially now with St. Brown hurt. There's no shot.
Steve, what was your take at the beginning of the season on your team? Like, did you bail early? Did you think you could contend? Like, what was the thought?
No, I really didn't think this was a year that I was going to be able to contend.
Really, not one.
I was thinking it was middling, like somewhere in that 5 to 7 range. Honestly, is where I had myself.
You were 4-1 though to start the season. You must have had some belief.
At 4-1, I did.
When did you trade Pickens? When did that all go down?
That was early. That was like after week 1 or 2.
Wow. Okay.
I hated how he looked in the preseason. I was reading things on it. Then in week 1, I think he caught like 1 or 2 passes for like 14 yards, and CeeDee Lamb was getting every ball thrown to him. Yeah. And then CeeDee Lamb got hurt literally a week after I traded him.
You're in 8th place right now, and I know you've gone to this place in your head. If you still had Pickens on your team, what place would you be in?
Oh, I think I'm fine. I'm contending. I think I'm in that 4 or 5 slot.
That's got to add a little salt to the wound. Does that turn you off to trading in the future or no?
I don't know about that, Steve.
To
me, I think the difference between to me, that's a hindsight trade. You can't go hindsight on a trade. The thing that separated you from being a playoff contender is 100% Bucky Irving. That you needed Bucky to be top 3 guy, and you needed Bucky to be in the lineup. Like last year, he was one of the most consistent second half guys there were on the field all game, floor of 20. You don't have him for 7 weeks in the middle of the season. Like, plus you have AJ Brown on this gross offense. Like, your team at its strength is very similar to Darian's, where you have a quite high floor and you try to grab some boomability on the side. That's the way you've competed, and your team is structured. And without Bucky, it kind of can't do that. Like, that was the tipping point for you.
I mean, yeah, first 3 weeks, Bucky's scores 15, 20, 18, and 35 points. And that's out. So, yeah, that hurt. A.J. Brown killed me all year, though.
Killed you.
Killed me.
Did you seriously think about moving him at the deadline?
Yes and no. I think if the right trade came, I would have.
Did any trade come?
I mean, yeah, I was asked about him, but I wasn't going to trade him for just a pick. I wasn't interested in trading just a pick for him.
Okay.
Because I actually think he's got some value in the offseason because he's going to get traded.
Yeah. He said he would have done it for Brian Thomas in a first. I think that's a reasonable price for A.J. Brown on a team that might win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Did
that happen?
No, Lloyd was like, no, I don't want to do it. I think that's, or whatever. You guys talked about it, but I don't know. But anyway.
I think net, Steve, if you put the cone of expectations on your team for the season of 2025, it was kind of in the middle. Could have gone worse. You could have been worse.
Oh,
Bucky's healthy. You could go better. I think this is pretty close to what you imagine your team would look like. Hung around, good start to the season. Depth of the roster kind of got you regroup for next year and try to make some good moves in the offseason.
Yeah, I like I said, I envision them. It's a middling team. That's what this is, and some good luck. And to your, like, I mean, I know you said no to this, but 5th place is 7-6. So I don't think like if those guys are healthy, when I envision, or to Pete's point, if I keep Pickens in the lineup, kind of offsets some of those issues from this season he had. So yeah, if I had kept him, but this is what it is. Move on, go to someone else.
This is what it is. All right, number 7, we have Breen. I'm gonna go over Breen's season real quick. He started off the year with 2 first-round picks. He took Genty and Hunter, of course, in the first round. He's only made 4 moves all season. Kid has 6 wins, and they each came on 2 individual 3-game winning streaks. I thought was kind of unique.
Whoa, weird.
Yeah, he had no trades. He has 3 first-round picks next year, and he finishes with Steve and Casey. I guess it's not really – well, before we get into how he finishes the season, 3 first-round picks, already has Genty and Hunter. Are there any teams in this league that are set up better for the future?
Yeah, Lloyd.
Really? Lloyd doesn't have this many picks.
Doesn't matter. I think Lloyd set up, and I think Space is set. The one
thing that Kevin Breen does have is Josh Allen.
Sure. The only thing I'm worried about, so I think Kevin's team is a top 3, maybe top 4, if you can debate top 2 to 4. To me, Lloyd's roster is so much better than everybody else's. That's the roster you want. Like, no debate.
Recency bias. That's recency bias. Because you got smacked by him this week.
No debate. There's not one person in this league that would not say Lloyd has the best roster today and in the next 3 years.
I saw Lloyd lose 5 games in a row to start the season. I was told he had a 1% chance.
We're talking about Breen. I think Breen's assets are probably some of the best. The only problem, as we've now seen year over year, if you're playing the asset game, you have to get lucky with the assets. D'Adarian got lucky, he has Bijan. Spates got lucky, he has Gibbs. He has to get lucky that Genty can be a guy like Bijan and Gibbs, and that the picks that he is accumulating turn into great players. It seems like Harrison's pretty average. Like, it seems like Waddle is like a mid starter on his team. So yes, theoretically, great assets, still a good young core. I think you kind of need to see these things to fruition at some point. But Kevin has to feel like this is the team that he's going to put together. He said at the beginning of the year, I tried to trade him Saquon. He didn't want Saquon. He didn't think his team was ready to compete. And so I'm guessing he's saying next year I'll be ready to compete because I'm going to add 3 first-round picks to the roster that I already have. That would be my guess if it's what Kevin's saying.
How do you feel about the willingness to just punt the entire season? Like, I'm not going to win. I paid.
Hate it.
Interesting, yeah. Steve, you got anything to add here? How do you feel about Kevin?
I think Kevin's going to have some decisions to make at keeper time.
Really? Too many good players? Too many mediocre players?
Yep.
Too many mediocre players.
Yeah.
Well, Steve, let's do it. Let's do it.
Oh, Alan? God. We're already at 33 minutes here. We're only at
so what? Allen,
Waddle, Genty, Collins, Marks, Odunze, Harrison, Hunter,
Pearsall.
That's 8.
He should have made some trades.
No, he'll be good.
He's going to keep Shakir.
I think he's fine. I think he's close. I don't think he has a problem. I think there were a bunch of average players, though. It's Nico's great. I forgot to mention Nico. Nico helps. Nico's a big floor guy. Nico helps. Yeah. He's got to hit. Pete, to win this league, you have to have studs. Are you confident any of those guys are studs?
Not yet. But they're coming. Like, you got to plant the seeds. Yeah, you got to plant the seeds first, Mike.
No, I think Nico Collins is a stud.
Yeah.
When he's on the field, he's a stud.
Josh Allen can win a week by himself. Like that, and Genty, these guys. I mean, the Hunter, who knows? But
where do you put his roster? If you could have any collection of assets in the league, he's your one.
No, I would take DeVita. I would take DeVita's current situation. Has multiple first round picks and I think the best young talent.
Wow.
Yeah. A guy, I don't know, he doesn't seem to really care that much. He's doing great. That kid doesn't care at all. All right, let's go to me. We can make this quick. My first draft pick was Jake Ferguson. It was in the 5th round. I lead the league in transactions for the 27th straight year, and in trades this year with eight trades, buddy. Come on. I keep this league interesting. I traded for Garrett Wilson, George Pickens, Jalen Hurts. Then I traded Pickens for my first. I got ripped off in the McBride deal. We can talk about that. And I finished the year with Christian and Steve. Okay. Lot to digest there. Let's talk about more how I finished the year, because this has been a surprise year for the Crush. All of a sudden I backed into a little bit of contendingness. If I finish the year 2-0, is there a chance or no?
No. I think you could finish the year 2-0. I think both these guys have the opportunity to lose, and your team does have good boom ability. There's a couple of guys that I like week to week. You don't have enough points. You can't catch them. You have to score like.
I was going to say the problem is Christian is at 1,800 points. Pete, you're at 1,600. You're at 200 and 97 points behind him.
But if you don't look at the points, I'm not trying to make a case for myself. I'm just trying to make devil's advocate for a podcast here. If you look at the next parts of the email, right? Spates has Mike and Christian. Then Christian has me and Spates. And then Innes has Casey and Lloyd. There are some situations where the teams in front of me, I feel like if the winds fall the right way, no, nothing at all. You guys are really shaking your head. Steve,
no, the problem is that
give it a 1% chance.
The problem for you, Pete, is that week 15, you have Christian and Spates playing each other, so one of them has to get a win.
Yeah, but that doesn't even, honest to God, I don't think that matters. Because if Christian loses 2, he's 8-7. That matches. You're 8-7 if you're 2-0. Duddy loses both. He's 8-7. That matches you. I don't see you at 16-12 catching him at 18-52, or at 16-12 catching Christian at 18-03. You would essentially have to score 200 plus points both weeks.
What if I just swung for the fences? I just go uncontrollable. I should.
Listen, if you score 230 points both weeks and get 2 wins, and Christian gets upset and then you beat him the other time, there's a chance.
Would that be a greater story than Lloyd making the playoffs after 0-5?
That'd be a greater story.
I also think, by the way, in order for this to happen, Christian needs to do 2 Caseys of week 13. Double 40.
Christian needs 2 doo-doos in his pants in order for that to happen. Pete, I think to me this is quintessential, like you with some accumulation of talent. Like you can't even assess one trade versus another. Like you can't do it. You're like a day trader who's flipping stocks all day long. You're like, I'm making 12 bets. Don't tell me which one was the best. Don't tell me which one is the worst. I got kicked off Robinhood. Yeah. Did you really?
Yeah, they labeled me as a day trader. I was like, get out of here. I got a question. What do you think the most valuable asset is on my team?
Hurts.
Really? What about the first round pick? That's probably a lottery pick. Is that somebody that's going to be impactful in maybe a top 3, top 4 pick? No.
I don't even know if Jalen Hurts is the most impactful on your team, to be honest with you, the trade deadline. What's going on in Chicago? DeAndre Swift might be your most.
Swift has been good. I agree with that. Did you have anybody come to you to make some moves that last couple of days, Pete? I was surprised you didn't make any moves.
I was like, I'll let people come to me, and nothing happened. I really wanted to trade Kamara. That was my big deal. And then Kamara got hurt, so his value was absolutely shot. So there was really nothing for me to trade. Anyway.
The one thing is your team is older than I realized. You don't have a young roster.
It is not true, actually. I look at my average roster age all the time, and my average roster's age is 26 years old.
I'm telling you, you don't have like a young guy that I'm like, ooh, that guy is coming back next year as a keeper I'd want to love.
Yeah, I know they're not fantastic, but I think the oldest guy on my team might be McLaurin at 30, and I feel pretty good about it. But yeah, don't mess with me on my team's age. I know them.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that and their contract situations, I'm very clear on.
Pete, you did steal a guy I was looking at, Krosky Merritt. I was trying to pick him up on the waiver wire.
Yeah, Spates got him in the 2nd round last year. I mean, he's a good player, and who knows what happens here. Yeah, Commanders are a mess, but hopefully they're getting their act straight. All right, speaking of Spates, let's go to him. He was the 5th. He's currently the 5th team. When it got to the draft, he didn't have a pick until the 2nd round. He took Tyler Warren, which is bearing some fruit, and Krosky Merritt, previously mentioned Bill. he also acquired Pickens down the stretch. But when you look at his season long, he hasn't won more than 2 games in a row all season, which is kind of weird for it. He was really dominating last year. He hasn't won 2 in a row all season. I mean, that's kind of bizarre.
Wow, that's weird.
Yeah. He has no first next year. He traded him away during that title run last year. And he finishes the year with Mike and Christian. I guess this is really the point where we kind of talk more about the next 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Like that's really more important than overall. Spates is going for it. Let's see. Mike, what do you think about Spates down the stretch here? He's got you. He's got Christian.
Yeah.
And really he's kind of going for it. What's his chance?
I have this little thing that I'm clicking to see who wins. Spates' roster is excellent. I still think CJ's team is quite good. Like, there's 5 teams that anybody can get in, anybody can get out. The only one who's really going to have a hard time missing the playoffs is actually Dan. But because he has so many – no, I can lose 2 and I can fall pretty quickly. It's there. CJ, I thought this was a must-win for him. It's technically not. So he technically, Pete, could lose to me. He would then either need you to beat Darian, or he would need next week. He could get in if Dan beat Innes.
Innes, okay.
So he can go 1-1 and get some help, but it's a much easier path for him if he wins this week.
Would have been an easier path if he beat Pete this week.
I know.
That's a monster hell.
And what a way to lose it to. In overtime, McLaurin touchdown, past midnight. The clock struck midnight, and it just I was asleep.
The craziest part to me about that play, though, right? Like, the points are wild. Not only did he score the touchdown, but Washington runs the ball with Rodriguez on first down. He loses a yard. If that was a 2-yard touchdown catch and not a 3-yard touchdown catch, Spates wins.
That's awesome.
Unbelievable.
That's awesome.
We've talked before about how Mike obviously is my daddy. I don't think you could find a similar situation more than me owning Clifford James Spates.
Yeah, it's
or 4th or whatever the hell he is. It is. Do you know what CJ is? Is he the 4th?
Junior? Is he just a junior?
No, I think
he's not Clifford Jr. It's Clifford James. I never knew that. 40 years.
No, it's Clifford John, brother. Clifford John. No, James. You're right. Anyway,
you said James. I only said James because you said James. Does he have a kid? Did he name a kid Cliff?
Yep. His first is named Cliff.
What do they call him? Cliffy?
They call him CJ, and they call CJ Cliff, which I think is hilarious. Yeah, this is my dad, Cliff. It's just like his dad, man. The whole thing is repeating itself. Anyway, what were we talking about?
So Spates' team is
who's the daddy?
They're still.
Oh yeah, I own him.
What's your guys' take on his team, though? I still think he's one of the 2 most formidable to win the Super Bowl if he gets in, because those running backs, dude, are just so hard to compete with because their usage.
It's hard for me to be unbiased. I did just get off my soapbox of how much I kick his ass. So it is hard for me to look at him and think anything other than W's. I really do think of him as an easy win. It looks like he's doing well. I bought into the Super Bowl run last year where Clelly, you were basically like, I won't go that vulgar, but you loved him. And so it was thanks, Steve. But yeah, I think he's gonna be the odd man out this year. What's going on?
Take a night to the podcast?
Blowing kisses.
Oh. I was blowing a kiss to my daughter going to bed. She got A+ onesie on right now for bed. Is it elves? Elves, Evelyn? You have an elves onesie?
No.
What is it?
Santa.
Santa onesie. Santa.
Nice.
All right, good night, dude.
My son's made the transition from pajamas to just sleeping in the nude.
Good for him. A rite of passage for all of us.
I know.
Do you think he misses the playoffs, Pete? Because you think he goes 0-2, 1-1?
I think he goes. I don't know. He kind of has Christian's number. I think he goes 1-1.
Dude, he and Christian week 15, or whatever the last week is an excellent matchup.
That's an early playoff game. Absolutely.
Excellent matchup. The issue this week, we'll get to in a second. Kyron Williams, if he doesn't play, or if he's like a 50-50 timeshare with Corum, he's been a pretty consistent guy for CJ week to week. That could be a tough one for him.
Yeah. Tyler Warren's been fantastic for him. Anyway,
Okay.
4th team here. Let's talk about Christian. He took that McMillan 3rd overall. That ended up to be a fantastic pick. Good for him. He has 2 first-round picks in 2026. He had won 4 in a row. including a win over Mike. So he's been pretty hot lately. The kid did 3 trades, but 2 of them were with me, so those really count. And one of his trades were getting rid of his quarterback, and the other trade was getting a new one. So that's really not particularly impressive as far as negotiating. Anyway, I messed this up. Does he have 3 or 2 first-round picks next year? I'm not 100% sure.
I don't know.
We can look into that later. If he has 3, that's absolutely ridiculous. He finishes the season with me and Spates. I think that he is currently in the playoffs. Like, I think, not like I'm comfortably in. I think he's playing for his life. These games, if he loses to me, he's out. If he loses to Spates, he's out. And then, this is Christian fighting for his life. Steve, tell me what you think.
3 first-round picks. He's got Kaleli's, his own, and mine.
Oh my God, that is ridiculous. Okay, so he's
got 2. He's got 2 and 27. He's got my second-round pick next year and his third. So
he's really banking on me not dying. Mike, how do you feel about that?
So it's weird because I know for a fact Christian does not think he can win the title.
You had is that some of your Sunday conversation over brunch?
When I got ETN from him, I was like, "You really want ETN?" He's like, "I don't want him." He's like, "I want the future picks. I can't win this year. My team's not lined up for it." He believes his team is not good enough to win the title this year. That's his belief. I don't think I disagree with him this year, but I actually think he has long-term really good upside because he has a couple guys like Bijan, A-Chain, Tet as his 3 big guys. And then I'm assuming Bowers will be somewhat better because he'll have a better quarterback and a better team, I would assume. Like those, like he's got a really good, strong top half of his roster. He has to figure out his quarterback. Caleb Williams this week in Green Bay, like, oh man, you are putting the season on the line with Caleb in Green Bay. Like, but his team, he has talent and he has a lot of picks, and he's historically been a very good drafter of talent. So I think Christian has to feel like long-term, my team's set up for success. Maybe I sneak into the playoffs and surprise somebody. He doesn't think he can win this year. He thinks he misses the playoffs if I had to bet.
I can't believe that.
I think that's ludicrous if he doesn't think he can win.
Yeah.
I think it's absolutely because he's got, to your point, Mike, he's got 3 guys in A-Chain, Bowers, and Robinson that at any week could go off and score 35 plus. Any week. What are you saying for? They've all done it.
I don't know if Bowers can right now.
He just scored 50 3 weeks ago.
Oh, not 3 weeks ago. That's what I'm saying.
He hates tight ends.
I hate tight ends.
He just scored 20. He just scored 25 points last week.
Okay, fine, Steve. You're right.
I know I'm right.
Christian's doing something right, especially with drafting. There was this period where he only drafted guys based on how they looked with their shirts off.
Yep.
So he has done a different situation, which is apparently working out for him.
He's much more analytical. I think over the next couple of years, Christian's going to compete. I think we'll see a Darren title in the next 3 years, personally.
Wow.
Listen, I would say this, Mike. Of those top 4 teams, I would probably give him the least amount of.
I think you have to say top 5. There's 5 teams right there. You have to say top 5.
But I'm saying right now in the top 4.
Put him with top 4. Is he the 5th of the 5?
Who?
Christian.
I think that's fair to say.
Okay.
But of the top 4 right now, I mean, any of those top 4 that are right now, any of the top 5 that get in could win. I know you say that Lloyd's untouchable, but last week he scores 155. Any of these other teams easily have already scored more than that.
Yep.
All right.
Fair.
All right, we're at the top 3 teams. Before we get into the top 3 teams, I want you to look at the 7 that we just went by. And of the 7 that we went by, I want you to give me quick, off the gun, off the hip, whatever you call that, who is most likely to win a Super Bowl out of those bottom 7 teams first?
Spates.
Christian.
Interesting. You guys aren't going down with a dark horse at all. You guys are staying right at the top.
Breen would be my dark horse. Breen would be my dark horse.
If you had to pick a dark horse, who would it be, Steve? Breen? What was it? DeVita. I like DeVita too as a dark horse, which would be weird.
Least likely.
Would Casey be the lowest on that list? Yeah. Okay. Just making sure. All right, let's talk about the number 3 team, Jeff Finnis. Jeff started the season on a great note. Traded a first with Casey during that Henderson deal. So he took advantage of that whole situation. He took Golden. I don't know how thrilled he is about that one. He traded for Garrett Wilson, Travion Henderson, Javonte Williams, Trey McBride, Rico Dowdle. This kid has done what he has to acquire the people to make his team work. He's won 4 in a row. He finishes the season with Casey, who is a bye week basically, and Lloyd. So the last week is really what counts. So Lloyd, last week, how pivotal is this game going to be? Is this one that we need to circle on the calendar as a pre-Super Bowl matchup? What do you guys think of Innis rest of season, and how important is that Lloyd matchup going to be?
It's funny, that Lloyd matchup, I'll be curious. They could play each other 2 weeks in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Where would that put Innis as a 3 seed?
So it depends. That's what I'm clicking around. There's a world where, so I don't want to do all the clicking things, but there's a world where they could be 1 versus 4 or 2 versus 3, depending on the outcome of that game and the outcome of other games. I think you have to look at it and say, I will assume health. Jeff and Dan have the 2 best rosters today. They have the best upside talent and they have the best floor. I'm a little worried about the bottom of Jeff's roster. I'm probably worried about everybody's bottom of their roster, but I also feel like Jeff today has the best 2 guys that any team could have. And if he can get healthy McCaffrey and healthy Taylor over the last 2 weeks of the season, I haven't looked at schedules, I think Jeff has to feel very satisfied with the moves he's put in place around them to set himself up to potentially win. He has to hope he doesn't play Dan in the first round. That's the worry. You could get the 2 best teams playing in the semifinals.
There's a lot of teams that could win, Kaleli. Does anyone deserve it more than Jeff Innis? This based on his
Dan deserves it more than Jeff. I think Dan deserves it the most.
Based on what? You just talked about the track record for Jeff, all the moves that he made, the acquire. What has Dan done to say that he's proved it more or deserved it more?
Persevered.
Interesting. He's shooken that rust from all these.
I think right now, if you looked at whose team has been the luckiest, I think Jeff's team's been the luckiest. He hasn't dealt with any injuries. He's really had top to bottom a very straightforward, clean season. Has not missed a game for Taylor or a game for McCaffrey once.
You didn't really believe in Jeff at the beginning of the year. I remember.
I didn't, because I didn't think we were going to get health like this, Pete. That was my worry.
That was what I always said. I said, okay, so he's 100%. McCaffrey's 100% healthy. Why don't you believe in him? And you go, I need to see it first. I go,
I do.
You're seeing it. He's healthy. This is it. Steve, what do you got to say?
I love Innis's roster, and that trade he made with you for McBride might
the bottom of his roster.
So, all right, you hate Mason and Kelsey, is that right?
Mason, Kelsey, Alec Pierce. Oh, I guess Pierce he won't play next week.
Yo, Pierce is a good gamble. He goes off randomly.
I like Alec Pierce. I think he's a good play. He's the most explosive receiver in that offense.
Mike, you're the opposite of Steven, I think. So it's good to have that take.
No, for some reason I can't. I'm admitting with clear certainty. A healthy Jeff team is one of the 2 most dangerous because of those 2 guys. I'm admitting that. I'm admitting my fault in assuming that they would get hurt. It's been a great season. Jeff's had a great coaching season. You have to give him credit. He has coached and managed very well.
We each had pretty bad takes this year. You didn't like Jeff, and I didn't like where Lloyd was. And now
your take is a little bit worse than mine. But
for the record, I picked a Lloyd in his Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, who did we do playoff? What's the playoff? I don't remember who we picked.
I picked Lloyd in it.
He's got these.
Oh, yeah, true.
I picked Lloyd in his Super Bowl with Lloyd winning, and it looked pretty bad for about a month, but it's going good now. It's going good now. Yeah, let's take us to our boy Dan Larkin, the new return of the Mac here, number 2 seed. If you go back to his draft, he really didn't. We talk about how well of a drafter he is. His first round pick this year was Caleb Williams.
No,
yeah, that's
Johnson, which was awful.
Still, regardless, as too many Williams, too many Johnsons. Regardless, still swing and a miss in the first round amongst many home runs in first rounds. But anyway,
swinging Johnsons.
Yeah, swinging Johnsons. Lost 5 in a row after that. Since then, he's won 8 in a row, which is threatening to sweep the league, which is like a Boy Scout badge in this league. He's boomed 5 times during these 8 wins, so it's pretty ridiculous the stretch that he's been on. The one thing you can kind of knock him on is his fab bids. As Steve said, he sucks at those. He traded for Dak. He traded for Devontae Adams. So he did make some big moves.
Huh?
Anyway, finishes with Andy and Jeff. What do you think Lloyd finishes? How do we finish this year? Mike, go ahead.
2-0. I think Dan's the number 1 seed.
You think he overtakes you?
Yep.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to be hard for me to go 2-0, and if we match up, he's got more points than I do. Dan's team's a house, guys.
We're looking ahead here, but it looks like Andy has the ultimate chance to play spoiler here. He plays this week and Mike next week. Mike, I know you got Spates and Andy coming up. Which one are you most afraid of, I guess?
Both.
Both. Okay. Yeah. So you think
I could lose either or both of the games that I'm playing.
Okay. So you don't think that 2-0 you don't think you're both going to go 2-0 and hold the advantage?
I hope we do.
Okay. You can give your opinion.
I think Dan has done an excellent job this season managing in the face of an 0-5 or whatever he was started. He's made a couple good waiver wire moves. He's made smart tactical trades. If you look top to bottom, and he has no London right now. So if he somehow gets London back for the playoffs, which I don't know if I want to play him because of Cousins, the JSN, Chase, Lamb, Rashee Rice quartet, I don't know, man. That's like – in this league where wide receivers have a premium on points, that floor that those guys provide is just remarkably high.
Yeah. Can I tell you about the ultimate secret weapon on Dan's team?
Yeah.
Do you want to guess? I mean, the ultimate. No, what?
Breece Hall?
No.
Montgomery? That'd be my guess. I don't know.
Wendell Robinson.
Oh, yeah. He gets so many.
More receptions than.
Garbage, dude.
Drake London.
Garbage.
Smith and Jigba. CeeDee Lamb. More receiving yards than Jamar Chase. I mean, you name it. He has topped every statistical category that you are looking for from an elite wide receiver. And it just fell into Dan's lap as a free agent pickup. I think that's probably one of the secrets to his entire season, and probably one of the reasons why he might end up winning the Super Bowl is because of Wendell Robinson. I wanted to throw that out there.
Steve, who do you think wins? Do you think Lloyd wins the whole thing? Or do you think Jeff still?
I thought Lloyd would win the whole thing from the beginning.
I know you do. I'm not looking at you. I'm looking at 99% boy over there.
Oh, sorry.
I'm going to hold that for my Super Bowl pick.
Come on. We're in the conversation. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, it's our mid-season review.
That's what we're talking about.
It's our 3/4 season review at the moment.
Yeah, playoff push. You're not gonna drop it.
I want to talk about Mike's team.
All right, Mike's team. Mike, the number 1 seed, he picked Drake May in the first round. Ended up playing him and probably saving your season. Good for you, Mike.
He did.
Started the year 5-1. Mike hasn't lost back-to-back all year. Traded for big names: Stephon Diggs, DK Metcalf, Travis Etienne. Finishes with the tall man, CJ Spates, and the wide man, Andy DeVita. What do you think about how you're going to finish the season, Mike?
That's horrible.
I'm wide too, baby. It runs in the family. Big boats. What do you think? How do you think you finish the season, Mike? I'm the worst. I'm wide and short. At least he's wide and tall.
Yeah, he's wide and tall.
I got the Pat DeLuca genes in me. Go ahead.
I honestly could see myself going 2-0, 1-1, or 0-2. Like the cone of expectations for my team right now is very wide. I was being a little facetious. I hope I don't miss the playoffs. I don't love the way my team is stacked up recently because my problem is my big guns have fallen off dramatically outside of James Cook.
Yeah.
Puka is good. I'm not going to complain about Puka, but he was the best player in fantasy for 4 weeks, got hurt. The challenge is Saquon. I don't know what to do with the guy.
It's like he's your Kamara.
Except he won me a title last year.
All right.
That's my take. That's my take. I'm in first place. I'm shocked. I'm shocked. My team's in first place.
This has got to be the least cocky first place run of all time.
Shocked. Last year, I felt great about my team going to the playoffs.
What seed were you last year when you went to the playoffs?
2. I was the 2 seed, my usual seed. I feel very comfortable on the 2 seed.
Who was the 1 seed? Spades. That's right. Your boyfriend. But he lost Lloyd. No, he lost
me. I beat Lloyd in the semis, then I beat CJ. Steve, I don't know if do you agree with my sentiment? I don't know. I definitely have a chance to win the title. If you get to the playoffs, you have to win 2 games. Anybody can win 2 games. I love Drake May as my floor. James Cook's been a great floor. if I get Higgins back, the Bengals guys I haven't had all year, there's a path that my collection of a starting roster, I have a very high floor. I don't know if I can win without a 30-point spot from Puka or Saquon. That's my worry, and I have not seen them do that in the last 3 weeks.
I would say this. You and Dan have the most complete roster starting lineups. Okay? You don't have as many holes as you think Innis does, right? The difference for you right now is that your high-end guys aren't acting like high-end guys.
Yeah.
You've got a consistent, like, middle-of-the-road team right now that's found a way to skirt through those 124-point average weeks. But you need some guys in the bottom half of this lineup, not just the top half. You need some guys in the bottom half to kind of take away from what those top half guys haven't done.
Yeah, I know.
Right? So you need Sutton, Brown, and you need Metcalf to put on his big boy pants and do something. But that offense is horrible.
Yeah, I'm worried about all those things. Brown, I feel good about. I'm comfortable with Brown.
Big boy pants.
I'm not comfortable with Brown, especially with P-Ryan back.
No, he's fine. I'm going to need Metcalf or Diggs to be a consistent starter in the playoffs.
Are you confident that's going to happen?
No. I traded for Metcalf because I love Metcalf's. If you go look at his playoff schedule, I picked him because he's a good playoff schedule.
Okay.
And I was hoping their offense would round into some form and he would play. He stinks.
So you're in the Super Bowl and you got a hole in your roster. It comes down to a Hail Mary play between Metcalf and Diggs. Who are you going with? Don't look at it.
You cannot play Metcalf at Cleveland.
Depends on matchups, dude. It depends on matchups.
Just go with the gut. You just told me you traded for Metcalf because of the matchups. I thought you'd know them off the top of your head.
No, I don't know though. Week 17, right?
At Cleveland. It's horrible.
Week 17. I'd probably go Diggs if he's at Cleveland.
Who's Diggs? Diggs at Cleveland?
No, Diggs got the Jets.
Metcalf is at Cleveland and Diggs is at the Jets. It has to be.
Diggs.
I don't know why you don't play Diggs every single week.
Well, he didn't do anything last week.
He's tied to your quarterback.
I know, but he didn't do anything last week.
Actually, I think I got a hot take coming that I don't think stacks are. I think stacks are overrated. Which
I got Metcalf in the semis is a good matchup on the road in a dome against Detroit. So he hopefully will be in the rest of that. The thing I feel great about Drake May. He was a wonderful pick. I love having the Patriots starting quarterback. He's a very good floor play. There's a couple guys I still like. I think I have as good a chance as anybody. I just got to get there. One win and I'm in. And I feel even no wins I technically could get in, but one win and I'm in.
All right, let's go to weekly picks then because I want to see.
We are already in over an hour.
I know. Do you just want to do this quickly?
Yep.
All right. Number 1 seed Mike versus the number 5 seed Spates. I'm not going to go into that background stuff, and I'm not even going to really look at the matchup. I'm going to go on vibes alone. And I think, I don't know, I just beat Spates. He kind of sucks. I'm going to go with Mike. I'm going to make him my lock.
Steve, what's the deal with these injuries on Space's roster? The Kyron and Jacobs.
You can't do anything quickly, huh?
I can't because it's kind of predicating my pick. If he doesn't have one of those guys, he's in trouble.
That was a sabotage. You made me go quick so you can take your time. Steve frozen. No, he's
no,
playing.
Jacobs is playing. I don't think these are going to be big deals. Williams even said he would have come back in. He did come back in. They're both going to play. Now, could they be injury risks in the middle of the game? Possibly, but they're playing. If I'm him, I think Tyler Warren's going to be in my lineup.
He hates playing Tyler Warren. Why?
Why does he hate playing Warren, or why does he have to be in?
No, he hates playing Tyler Warren. Why?
I have no idea.
Would Tyler Warren be an automatic in your roster every single week going forward?
If I'm him, yeah, especially taking a look at who he's got left. Jacksonville, Seattle, San Francisco, Jacksonville. And they each give up their top 10 in tight end points allowed.
Would you, Steve DeVito, be completely with your roster right now? We throw Tyler Warren on it. Would you be confidently starting him through a playoff run?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I like it.
Especially with Daniel Jones's injury, where he's not going to be able to make those 5-step drops. You're going to need this type of guy.
What do you think about Daniel Jones's injury? That seemed manageable, kind of at points.
He's in trouble.
Really, it looked like he was doing well at some points, then not really well at all at other points.
It's affected their offense the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I agree with Steve.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would trust Tyler Warren yet until I see it again with Jones. Yeah. This is a Thursday night battle. Spates has 2 of his best players on Thursday night. I'm taking myself. I I think I'm going to win this week.
Okay, 3 picks for Mike. Any other superlatives or no?
No.
All right, second game of the week, Darian DeLuca, which was once a proud rivalry, went away because I've been terrible lately. But good for Christian lately. This one really comes down to an upset, and I'm not playing for it. I'll tell you the God's honest truth. Like, it would take some research. I'd have to put up a team that might score 200 something. I really don't feel like it. I kind of like the way my roster is set. I'll try to be competitive, but we'll see what happens. I'm going to pick Christian.
As Brian Casey coined 7 weeks ago, this one reeks like a pillow fight.
Yeah, I can see that coming to fruition. Although last time I was labeled a pillow fight, I scored 183 points.
And Steve, this one reeks. That game in Chicago, in Green Bay, all these Bears you guys both have. Addison has to play. Like, I could see you pulling an upset, Pete, because I just don't love the matchups, and I don't think it's going to be a very high-scoring game. To me, the separator's Ken Walker. If you get a big week out of Ken Walker on the road against a susceptible Falcons defense, I kind of like your matchups, Pete. I'm going Pete, and he's my upset this week. And I don't usually do this, Pete. I like your team. I think Christian's susceptible.
Wow, thank you. I feel flattered. I kind of feel now I'm upset. I'm like, why did I just pick myself for the upset? But anyway, Steve, go ahead. What do you got?
Thanks for stealing my thunder, Mike. I was really excited about this one too. I don't like the only matchup I like for Christian is A-Chain.
No, Judkins too. Judkins, you like Judkins, but they stink. So,
I do not like Robinson against Seattle, and I do not like Bowers with Denver. I think those are 2 really tough matchups, and those are 2 of his big guys. I think
Caleb has Green Bay, dude.
I think Swift has a good week this week against Green Bay. They're going to have to run the ball there. I don't think they're going to be able to throw it very much. And I can see DJ Moore finding a way to get a screen pass down the sideline. Like, that's right up his alley. I got Pete in the upset.
I hate DJ Moore.
Wow, wait. I feel like I should change my pick. I'm the only one that doesn't have me in the upset. No, this is ridiculous. I didn't realize what I did. This is just my luck. I'm gonna end up going on a winning streak when I'm not even trying.
Yeah.
All right.
That's the way it goes.
Yeah.
When you don't pay attention, that's when your team goes off.
I should have been doing this.
Would you put Kamara in?
Depends on who I'd have to start. If he's active, yeah, sure, I'd put him in.
I'd put him in for Hunt against Houston.
You know what? I'm not afraid of that Houston matchup. I forget who I just played somebody against Houston and they did completely fine. Anyway, but I'd probably, I don't know, I'd maybe bench Mooney. I don't know. Who knows? It's really, I wish Christian the best. I mean, take this win and
I wouldn't play tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't think I would either.
Isn't it sad? I had him. I never got to play him. And I'm probably going to cut him.
No, you're going to cut him.
Yeah, I'm probably going to cut him. He's
No, he's going to sign somewhere.
Yeah, no, you won't. You'll have Kamara next year.
All right. Well, let's see. I would have given him away for a bag of footballs.
I didn't want
him. Next matchup, number 2 seed Dan against the number 10 seed Andy. Believe it or not, this was the boom of the week back in week whatever it was. Andy blew him out 177 to 174. This is when Dan was really having a hard time finding wins. Shout out to Andy. Only blowout that he's had all season. I'm going to go with Dan. Not really much competition here. What do you guys think?
I think this is a Dan win. Easy one.
Yeah,
Dan. No superlatives, though. Dan.
No superlatives. Oh, nope. Wait. Can I lock? Yeah, let's lock. I'll lock this one.
Didn't you lock me?
Yeah. All right, I'll pick Dan to boom.
I'm sorry. Dan's my lock. The only hope that DeVita has would be Jameson Williams scores 50.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Yep.
All right, so we all got Dan. I got him to boom. Lock. Steve's got a lock. Mike's got a lock. Okay. Next game, 3 seed Jeff against the number 9 seed Casey.
Lock.
Casey admittedly giving up, calling it a bye week for everybody that plays him going forward. Jeff, honestly, red hot. Last time they played each other, what happened? Jeff won 160 to 140.
All right, ready? On 3, let's make our pick. 1, 2, 3. Jeff.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. Shout out to the morning walks, by the way. Jeff and hanging in there at 1 hour and 9 minutes waiting to hear his name shouted out for the win. So
I think the league's gonna like this pod. We spent a lot of time on each team. It was a really nice one. We let it breathe.
I think that's more interesting.
And Casey wasn't on. Most people tell me they don't like Case. So
yeah, There's something about the eyebrows and the pointing that gets me a little anxious. And I'd love to give him that feedback, but he doesn't take it well.
He doesn't care. To be fair, the thing I like the most about Case, the best thing about Case, he couldn't care less about what we said.
He thinks he thinks he's completely normal. All right, where are we?
He's my lock. I locked Jeff.
Jeff. Did I use all my superlatives? Lock, boom, upset.
I will say, if Jeff was playing a team that was trying, his roster is vulnerable this week. Again, Case's team stinks. Their Case can't beat anybody, but Jeff's roster is vulnerable this week.
Why do you think that?
Oh, he's got to deal with a bye for McCaffrey, a bye for Henderson, a bye for Dowdell. He's got McConkey on the road against Philly.
Give me a percentage chance. Give me a percentage chance that Casey pulls the upset.
5%.
DeVito?
Don't say 1.
All right.
Dude, Lamar's going to throw 3 touchdowns to Zay Jackson to Zay Flowers on Sunday.
It's coming.
I'm going to go with Casey.
Sorry, Jeff.
All right. So we're all on Jeff. All right. Last one. I need an upset. I'm sorry, Steve. I'm going to go with Breen just because I need one. Number 7 seed against the 8 seed. Guys both probably out of it, but what do you think? Steve, go to yourself.
That's not an upset, though.
I'm going to go Breen.
The upset.
Oh, wait. Are you the 7 seed?
No, I'm the 8.
Oh, I messed it up then. Okay, I'll go with Steve in the upset. All right. Well, go ahead. Why are you confident this week or no?
No.
All right. Do you
if
even care?
If Amon-Ra St. Brown finds a way to play,
no, you're not confident.
Maybe. But no, Breen's gonna win. I got Breen.
How did it feel? Wait, how did it feel on Thanksgiving to watch to lose the game, probably within the first hour of football on Thanksgiving, knowing you got an entire 5-day slate ahead of you? How did it feel, Steve? Walk us through the emotions of seeing Amon go off the field.
The wild thing is, I only lost by 10.
I know. You would have won, dude. I know.
Does that make it worse?
Yes.
Of course it does.
Of course it does. I mean, Steve, if you won last week, then you would.
If you won last week, do you think you'd still be? Do you think you'd be contending? You got that little twinkle in your eye or not?
I would have a little more of a shot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Guys, of course.
Especially if St. Brown's healthy.
Where would you have been seeding wise, seeing as I can't tell if you're a 7 or an 8 seed? Where would you have been?
I would have been 7 and 6, and I would have been in the 6th place.
Oh, but there's no shot of me making it into the playoffs. You guys are completely shitting
because you're 6 and 7. I'd be 7 and 6.
Yeah, I mean, if you had won last week, Steve, you could have easily run the table, and you would be in the playoffs.
I don't know if my chances would have gotten higher. I still don't think I'm a playoff team, but
dang.
Just so you guys know, I love Breen's matchups this week. I actually think Breen's going to boom.
Okay. Breen with the boom. I picked Steve with the upset. Steve, what do you got again?
I got Breen. No superlative. Oh, it's just so soothing.
I think it's the quickest we ever did picks.
I think the league will like this. I think the league will like how we let it breathe.
Yeah. I really
Except Case. I'm not sure Case is going to really like it.
The only reason I podcast, I think of Jeff Innes on those cold walks in the morning on the beach, turning on that pocket. He looks forward to this all week.
We know. He was very upset last week.
Imagine those thighs rubbing together on the beach.
Oh, yeah.
Grievances were filed from Duddy.
All right. Well, that's it.
Good luck this week, everybody. I hope you lose, CJ.